April 8th total solar eclipse is going to cause the thinning of the veil, which means we will be susceptible to more demonic attacks. I don't know, our souls are going to shift, the poles are going to shift, something crazy is going to happen, but I've got some information to share with you today. Check this out, man. It's crazy. With that being said, what's up, everybody? Esoteric Eddie here. Namaste. This is kind of a hasty video here. I wanted to do a live with this information, but I was having technical difficulties, so I'm actually pre-recording this right now, then I'm going to upload it. But I've got some information here that we're going to go through, some pages, as you can see here on the internet, having to do with the total solar eclipse, NASA's strange project in which they will be launching 3 rockets towards the eclipse, and also CERN's project in which they will be turning on the Large Hadron Collider during the eclipse as well, and what it all has to do with the thinning of the veil, demonic attacks, and the Egyptian god APEP. Yo, all right, let's get into it. This is sort of an emergency broadcast. Again, I'm going to be a bit hasty here because I also got to jet out of here to go do some other stuff as soon as I'm done here. But with that being said, I hope everybody's doing great. And subscribe, motherfuckers. Again, 80% of you are not subscribed. Subscribe. Okay, let's get into it, man, because this is some deep stuff that we have to cover right now. The eclipse is 5 days away. 5 days away. Okay, so first and foremost, actually, before we even get into it, you got to understand that the eclipse plays an important role in the Earth's magnetic sphere, in changes in the Earth's magnetic sphere. And the Earth's magnetic sphere is obviously very closely related to the Schumann resonance. And I don't know if y'all remember, but last year there was like a freak out all over the internet because the Schumann resonance was spiking up or whatever. And I did a small piece, very small piece. Actually, I only just made a reel on it. But what I learned is that the Schumann resonance, which is about 7.3 hertz around there, which people call the Earth's heartbeat, plays an important role in our cognitive intelligence, our cognitive health, plays an important role in our sleep, and just our overall consciousness and health as a human race. And the Schumann resonance is closely tied to the sun's activity. And so in a sense, the sun sends us information, sends us energy, which in turn affects the Schumann resonance. And so anytime there's a change in the sun's activity, whether that's via an eclipse or whatever, that's going to change the Schumann resonance and in turn change our consciousness, our experience and health here in this simulation. Okay, so we're going to start with some basic scientific information here just to set the groundwork and context of what is actually going to be happening on April 8th. So the cool thing is we have a lot of information on what to expect this year because we had a total solar eclipse some years ago back in 2017. So this paper coming out of the some Colorado research institution wrote about the eclipse on 2017. So in this paper, they say here, during a solar eclipse, when the moon blocks more of that solar radiation, right, that information that's necessary for the Schumann resonance and our cognitive health, from reaching the Earth, there are massive changes in the ionosphere's electrical conductivity. Those changes ripple out, affecting Earth's own electric and magnetic fields. And so this is kind of interesting because this kind of plays into the flat Earth theory, right? People believe that the Earth is covered by a dome. And some people think that that dome could either be the radiation belt or it could be Earth's magnetic sphere, whatever it is. There's this energetic dome, right? And the Schumann resonance basically bounces off of that dome and creates this energetic field in which we are cognitively sustained. And so when a total solar eclipse happens, it changes the relationship between us and that dome. It changes uh, the strengthening of that dome. And so that solar radiation that covers the Earth, which could be the flat Earth dome, again, it changes during an eclipse or during other ionospheric activity. And so this is kind of why I'm saying the veil is thinning, right? So that covering is going to flicker. It's going to change during this solar eclipse. So it creates a small window of opportunity for the powers that be to study it, and see what can happen. On a basic mainstream level, the reason why they want to study it is because the ionosphere plays an important role in our communications. Wi-Fi, radio, weapon systems, and all that stuff. So when the ionosphere is disrupted, it can disrupt our communications, which I said in another video that I recently posted, that I believe that during this total solar eclipse, there's going to be a blackout, some sort of massive blackout that is going to be blamed on some sort of EMP attack, which will usher in some sort of war or battle or bullshit or whatever. It's going to change cybersecurity laws and so on and so forth, private internet privacy laws, so on and so forth. But yeah, again, so this research institute coming out of Colorado back in 2017 stated that, during a solar eclipse, there are massive changes in the ionosphere's electrical conductivity, massive changes in the flat Earth dome. And so this is a very interesting thing that's going to happen here. And so back in 2017, they did the same thing they're doing now. They attempted to study the ionosphere during the total eclipse. All right, so that is web page number 1. Sorry, let me silence my phone over here. Hope everybody's doing great. Motherfucking namaste. Okay, so web page 1 down. Now let's get into NASA. So this is NASA's little simple explanation of what happens during a solar eclipse. So basically saying the same thing. They got a list here of all these different things that can happen, changes in temperature, all kinds of weird anomalies, and of course animals start to freak out. But the thing that is interesting is, let me find it here. They admit here that the veil thins, that the ionosphere actually thins out. They say here, as you can see on the screen, ionospheric anomalies. The sudden changes in ionospheric conditions during an eclipse can lead to the formation of ionospheric anomalies such as ionospheric holes or depletions. And again, these anomalies can disrupt radio signals and GPS navigation systems, affecting communication, so on and so forth. So during a total solar eclipse, we're not getting that solar radiation, which basically activates the ionospheric plasma, which activates that dome. And so the dome starts to thin out and can create holes and openings, and thus the veil is thinned, which means it's a window of opportunity for us to get the F out of here, or maybe a window of opportunity for the elite to access some sort of energy out there in space, to call in demons. I don't know. Regardless, the energetic field around us is going to be depleted, which can be a good thing, a bad thing. I don't know, but we are closely tied to the magnetic sphere. Geez, can you tell I'm in a hurry? We are closely tied to the magnetic sphere, the Schumann resonance, the ionospheric plasma, and of course the sun. And it gets crazier, people. It's going to get really crazy. So I just need you to understand scientifically that this eclipse and the changes in the ionospheric plasma and dome do affect our communication systems and do affect our consciousness, our cognitive and intellectual health. Okay, so So it might be a good idea to meditate, during this whole thing. Really, really meditate, really, really hone in on your consciousness and make sure you fortify yourself, because it can also be um, a crucial and severe moment in time where you are susceptible to demonic attacks, where you are susceptible to some sort of energetic influence, because we're not going to have that tight connection between ourselves and the sun, in which we download our cognitive strength, right? So on and so forth. Okay, so let's get into CERN, right? Everybody's freaking out saying CERN's going to turn the Hadron Collider on during April 8th. And I was doing a little research on that. Obviously, there's hundreds of articles and videos stating that CERN's going to turn the Hadron Collider on April 8th. And so I was trying to find out the source of that. And of course, it's directly on their webpage, which is loading right now. And so I found this article that they put together on their actual website, which kind of just explained, which explained what they've been up to, and successes and failures they've had. It's kind of like a report. It's almost like, not really for like a report for, I don't know, the scientific community. And my internet is lagging. Hopefully the video is not lagging also. All right, so hopefully the video is not lagging. But anyways, there's like this whole page right here of them just going through what tests they have been running recently this year. And at the very end, you can see here, okay, internet's working again. So hopefully that didn't lag out, but I think it's working now. So I'm going to just reiterate myself. So I found the source for this whole thing about CERN turning the Hadron Collider on April 8th on their actual website. It was published on the 28th of March, and it says here again. So in this article, they're just going through what they've been up to, what successes and failures they've been having, and at the very end of it, it says here, right here, that collisions for physics at 6.8 TeV, I don't know what the heck that means, are expected to take place on the 8th of April. So basically, they're going to turn this motherfucking thing on, the LHC, and they're going to collide particles on April 8th, when the veil is thinning, when we are at the most vulnerable point, during this year, right? When our ionosphere, when the dome is going to be flickering and thinning out, meaning we are susceptible to energetic manipulation. So of course they're gonna turn it on then, right? Because they want to call in some motherfucking demons, bro. And I'll tell you why. So yeah, again, so the source for that is directly on their page right there. You can go look it up. It says right here, the article is titled "Accelerator Report: Protons or Easter Eggs? Let's hope for both." Well, there you have it. They're hoping for protons and Easter eggs. What kind of Easter eggs, huh? The kind that come from Ishtar, the Babylonian demon goddess? I don't know, man. But check this out. So, NASA is going to be launching 3 sounding rockets, as they are called, not at the eclipse, but at the ionosphere, again, to study this thinning of the veil. Okay, and it's titled APEP, and people are freaking out because APEP is the name of an Egyptian demon god, and they named it APEP because it stands for atmospheric perturbation. Okay, here we go. Atmospheric perturbation. Jeez, perturbations around eclipse path. Yeah, I got a speech impediment. All right. I've explained that before. I've had a lot of damage to my jaw over the years, concussions, a lot of stuff has happened to my jaw, my face, my teeth. So, anyways, it's kind of hard for me to pronounce certain words. But APEP, again, stands for the atmospheric perturbation, perturbations around eclipse path. Okay, that's where they got the APEP from. But to me, it sounds like they kind of just threw that all together to so that they could utilize this name. All right. And so, again, they're throwing these rockets up there to study this thinning of the veil, to study what happens when the ionospheric plasma or field is disrupted. You know, what can we learn from that? How can we utilize it? How can we prevent the damaging effects from happening in the future? So on and so forth. That's what they claim they're doing. But I think they're actually studying how they can call in demons when the veil is thinned. Because again, we humans are affected by the Schumann resonance, which is created by the activity between the ionosphere and the sun's radiation, which is disrupted during a solar eclipse. All right, so APEP, right? Let's get into motherfucking APEP. Okay, so APEP, this is where it gets weird, right? So APEP is an Egyptian deity, Egyptian demon, and APEP is a serpent deity, okay? A serpent demon deity. And guess what year we are in right now? The year of the dragon, the year of the serpent. So check this out right here. So, okay. And APEP is also known as Apophis in the Greek version. And what's wild about it, it says right here, APEP was the ancient Egyptian spirit of evil and what? Darkness. Darkness. We are going into a total solar eclipse, which is what? Darkness and destruction. And he's the arch enemy of the what? Sun god Ra. Okay, so we have this thinning of our energetic veil, thinning of our energetic protection, and then we have CERN turning on their fucking demon portal machine at the same time, and then we have NASA sending 3 rockets to the ionosphere named after APEP, the Egyptian snake demon deity, who is the spirit of evil and darkness and the arch enemy of the sun, which will be blocked out on April 8th. Pretty fucking weird if you ask me. Okay? It's like a big ritual. And it's funny because it says here that as the sun traveled through the underworld or across the sky, APEP's roar would fill the air and he would launch his attack. Now, what are the 3 rockets that NASA is sending? They are sending what are known as sounding rockets. Yeah, that's right. They're sending sounding rockets. Okay? And so is that APEP sounding his roar? I don't know, bro. Okay? Look. What's crazier though is that it says here, let me find it real quick. Dun, dun, dun. He was also signified by a black hole or a black circle. Shit you not. Check this out. Where is it? Dun, dun, dun. Where is it? Damn it. Okay, well, I try and find it. Here it is. Okay. So, APEP was also represented by a circular ball, the evil eye. Okay, circular ball, evil eye, the eclipse, my people. The eclipse. Okay, APEP is on his way back. Uh-oh, this sucks. So, there you have it. That's exactly what's going to happen. April 8th, motherfucking APEP is coming back. The year of the dragon, that old dragon, the dragon of old that is spoken of in the book of Revelation. This is it. Get ready. Armageddon. Israel will be sacrificing the red heifers. Man, am I scared? No. Should you be scared? No. You should just be prepared, excited, and ready for the fun that is about to ensue. Oh man, this is just hilarious, bro. I hope you enjoyed that super hasty presentation. I gotta go because the world wants me to go plumb and take care of their shit. So I love y'all. Peace.